What is good, guys? Happy holidays. I am Coaster Nostra, back at you guys with another sneaker related video. Today I want to do something a little bit different. Instead of like the typical sneaker review or lace swap, lace tutorial, instead of one of those typical videos, man, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to kind of touch on some things that have sort of dominated the ShoeTube spectrum here within the last couple weeks. And I also want to take the time to express the gratitude to all my subscribers, everybody who's thumbs up, watched the videos, commented on the videos along the way. It means a ton to me, guys. We've hit a lot of milestones on the way. So for the first time, I wanted to kind of take the opportunity to show you guys some love in return for all the love and support you guys have shown me. So first off, guys, let's talk about the DammnDee versus Unbreakable kicks fiasco that's really been going on for a while, but here recently has kind of taken on a different shape of its own. I mean, if you think about it, sneakers are a really interesting and unique hobby. It's one of the few things that you can really collect that you also display on you basically every day as part of your wardrobe. Being a sneakerhead is somewhat unique in the sense that random people will approach you and casually ask you things about your shoes based on what you're rocking that day. It can bring people together from massively different walks of life, but then the inverse of that is it'll also lead people to sort of hate on you because of what you're rocking, how you're rocking it, what you choose to collect, and how you choose to collect it. But if you really get down to it, if you were really to go out there and interview all the sneakerheads, there's really only one rule that you can't break and still hope to truly be accepted in the sneaker community. And that one rule is you can't take a fake sneaker, a replica sneaker, a B-grade sneaker, and knowingly pass that fake off as a real sneaker. Guys, you can go out there and purchase sneakers at retail and turn around and flip them at 5 times suggested retail. You can backdoor hype sneakers to friends and family only. You can even take what you know to be a fake sneaker and sell it to somebody else as long as you educate them that they are fakes. All of these things are accepted. While any one of these things that I just mentioned might not make you the most popular sneakerhead in certain circles, all of these things are somewhat accepted. But fam, the minute you take a fake sneaker and try to pass it off as a real sneaker, especially for any significant amount of money, and full on knowing that it's a fake sneaker, you've broken the golden rule of sneakers, guys. So having said this, guys, DammnDee has been going hard at Unbreakable kicks for a while now, but here recently over the past few weeks, things have taken a drastically different shape. So here's my interpretation of everything that went down. Y'all can definitely let me know in that comment section down below if I missed something. But after all that background noise, so DammnDee was eventually hit up by this guy who said he pre-ordered some pine green Jordan 1s through Unbreakable kicks, and that when he eventually received his kicks that they were in fact fake. So one of the things that he started to notice when he started to compare the pine green ones that he got from Unbreakable to some of those other Jordan 1s is that the lace bag that came with the extra set of laces, it was the same height, but it wasn't the same width, and kind of resulted in the laces looking a little bit more like they were actually crammed into the actual lace bag. So this guy eventually starts to do some research and he stumbles upon this YouTube reviewer that's doing a review of some fakes or some replicas or whatever. And in the review, it actually links to the webpage where you can purchase this pair, look at pictures and stuff like that of the pair. So as he watches this review, he notices this lace bag looks identical to the one on his Jordan 1 pine greens, right? A little bit thinner, laces look crammed in the bag. So he starts to compare and contrast things from the video and from pictures and stuff on the website, and he notices things like the quality control stamp on the underside of the Jordan 1 box is in the same place, same stamp. He also made some claims about things like the shape of the toe boxes looking slightly off, that they already looked slightly creased. Claimed one of the shoes was slightly longer than the other shoe. Basically, he just noticed a bunch of small discrepancies, so the buyer essentially reaches out to Unbreakable kicks and claims that he wants his money back for what he believes to be a fake pair of Jordan 1s he got from Unbreakable. So to me, things get a little bit confusing because I wasn't really sure if Unbreakable initially blocks the guy or if he just immediately takes him at his word, refunds the guy his money, and asks him to send the pair back, right? But essentially, Unbreakable refunds this guy, whether it's immediately or after the story started to kind of break in certain circles, but he refunds this guy, doesn't ask for any proof that the Jordans are in fact fake. He just asks the guy, send the Jordans back. So in the follow-up video, when DammnDee and Unbreakable are on this podcast and they ask Unbreakable if he had inspected the Jordans and if they were in fact a fake pair of Jordan 1s, he basically said he wasn't sure if they were the ones he sent the guy or if the guy had swapped the pair out. So to me, the logical question at this point is, what is he comparing it to? Because he claims he didn't inspect the Jordans before he shipped them out to the guy, that he just met up with some guy at the mall and size swapped a pair on release day. He claimed he thought they'd be real because he was out there at the mall picking up pairs. He figured that guy had had just come out of the store picking his pair up, it never really occurred to him that that guy might have had a fake pair. I mean, to me, the whole story just doesn't add up, and it definitely makes you wonder. As they kept pressing him about how he sourced the shoes and stuff like that, he eventually started throwing around the word outsource, and to me, it's like one of those dirty little government or news network words that they use to sort of hide the truth of what they're really trying to say. Words like insurgents or skeptics or Republicans. Ultimately, guys, we could go on and on about what really happened, but since I don't have all the info, what I will say is this. It seems to me that based on the info that we have, and based on Unbreakable's reaction and his story, that the pine green ones that Unbreakable sold to that dude were in fact fake, and that there is potential that there might be some more fakes that have been sold that he is responsible for. I actually reached out to a few sneakerheads that I know of that I'm cool with and asked kind of their opinion on the whole thing. And one of my good buddies actually told me that he knew the dude was doing it because he has a family member who claimed, I think he said a cousin or something like that, that he claimed at some point actually bought some fakes off of Unbreakable at some point, and that dude got burned. Obviously, when I heard that, it piqued my interest. It made me want to reach out to people, and eventually I thought, you know what? Let's do this video. One thing I gotta say about fake sneakers, especially when we're talking about Jordan retros, is that these sneakers have been on the market for nearly 35 years. Now, it really wasn't for another decade or so before they actually started retroing Jordans, before they really started to sell out consistently. But considering the fact that shoes have been for sale for as long as they have, you have to take into consideration that the people out there producing these fakes have gotten really, really good at fooling people out of their hard-earned money. Not only have they had years to perfect their craft, but they know the glaring signs that we as consumers look for when we're trying to spot a fake, and therefore, guys, they'll put sneakers back into production 2, 3, sometimes 4 times to iron out more and more defects with some of their fakes. Once upon a time, you used to be able to inspect your Jordan 1s and check out the actual Wings logo, and where it actually says Jordan on there. On a lot of the old fakes, they wouldn't ever really be able to get the lettering right. There'd always be letters that sort of blended into other letters. Nowadays, they've ironed all that out, and they're producing better and better fakes as we speak. Me, personally, fake sneakers are not something that I would condone, not something that I would rock with, not something that I would ever really want to get my hands on unless I was trying to help educate other people as to what to look for. Whenever I hear stories in the news about individuals or businesses being busted selling large amount of fakes, I'm always encouraged, and honestly, a lot of times I'll kind of try to go out of my way just to educate myself a little bit as to the details on the story itself. But honestly, what really kills me about people selling fake sneakers is that people like me, grown adults, if you get taken for a fake sneaker, that's one thing. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't suck. Yes, it sucks. But you owe it to yourself, especially in this day and age, to do your research and make sure you know what you're getting into, you know what you're buying, especially when you're dealing with an untrusted source. But people out there selling fakes are not discriminating. They're out there selling fakes potentially to little kids who saved up a bunch of birthday and Christmas money and stuff like that to purchase that one exclusive sneaker that he wanted so bad that he had to rock. Sure, there are worse things you could do to another person, but when it comes to the realm of sneakers, if you're out here stunting in fakes, to me, in my opinion, you're lame. And if you're out here trying to sell fakes and claim that they're real, and you're trying to bang people over the top of the head for any real amount of money, then I feel like I speak for the whole sneaker community when I say, we don't want you here, fam. Now, I'm not going to make that statement any more personal than that, but I genuinely feel like I speak for a lot of sneakerheads when I put that opinion out there. Anybody who sells sneakers nowadays pretty much started in the same point, and especially in the digital age, things can sort of happen that are out of your control, like being backed by somebody really big on social media that'll sort of put your name out there, and all of a sudden the amount of pre-orders or requests for a sneaker that you're getting may go from something very small to something that is quickly unmanageable. Instead of just turning down more orders, sometimes resellers can overpromise on their returns and end up not being able to fulfill orders on the back end. I've seen it happen, I've heard of it happen, and all I can say is that sometimes money will result in people making bad, unethical decisions. Honestly, we can speculate and mudsling all we want, but to me, time will really tell, because if there's more fakes, they're going to continue to pop up. There's going to continue to be more and more chatter about these fakes. The last thing I'll say that I've heard people like Tony D and other people say is, in this YouTube, sneaker YouTube field, whatever you want to call it, when one of us starts messing up, it makes us all look bad. If you're going to insert yourself into the ShoeTube spectrum, people are automatically going to start to look at you as a source of information on sneakers. Now, whether that means people will ask you where to cop, how certain shoes fit, what you would pick between two sneakers, which colorways you like better. You become a trusted source for all your viewers. It's sort of like that old Dave Chappelle skit where he talks about a female's clothes when she goes out to the club, and he basically says, "Ma'am, I know you're not a thought, but you're wearing a thought's uniform." Now that's not the word he uses. I don't want to repeat the word he uses in this video. And he basically says, what if I walked around in a police officer's outfit and people frantically approached me because they needed help, and I had to explain to them, I'm not a cop, I'm just rocking a cop's uniform. Alright? It's the same thing. People will treat you like an authority in your field, and if you're out here taking pictures of fake sneakers or doing a review on a fake sneaker, it not only makes you look bad, it makes all of us YouTubers look bad by association. We all have to move better out here, guys. Personally, I'd love to do reviews where I was able to compare a fake sneaker to a replica version of the sneaker, but I'd have to fund all that myself, and doing that by myself, spending my own paychecks, it's gonna get super expensive, guys. It's not something that I'd be able to maintain video after video. I don't know, fam. It's a very tricky subject. I didn't want to make things too personal. I feel like if there's more fakes out there, they're gonna keep popping up, and time will tell. So fam, the last thing I want to touch on to sort of steer this video in a different direction is a huge shout out to all of you guys. From the very first video I posted, which is terrible, to the last video, from subscriber 1 to the last subscriber to the next subscriber, a huge shout out, much respect, and much love to you guys. So for me personally, when I first started doing YouTube, I just told myself that I was going to film my pickups and give sort of my point of view on everything I was copping along the way, and eventually I got one of my buddies involved. My mentality was basically, why not? What's the worst that can happen? I know I'm passionate about it, just go for it. Eventually it just got way too difficult to coordinate my schedule with my buddies, and I told myself I wanted to start taking this more seriously and start pumping these videos out in a lot more timely of a manner. Every time I stepped out there, I wanted to take better pictures and better footage and just continue to improve and challenge myself along the way. So my weekends would start to revolve around my pickups and my reviews and doing editing and stuff like that. When I wasn't picking up a new shoe that was dropping that weekend, I try to pump out like a lace swap video or something else just to keep the channel productive. And honestly, all along the way, every time somebody subscribed, threw me a really positive or constructive comment, hit me with the thumbs up or whatever, man, it was always really uplifting and inspirational for me to know that what I was doing was being picked up by some of you guys. And honestly, that's not to say that my confidence has never wavered. It definitely has. There's been numerous times where I've sort of taken a step back and I've asked myself if my voice, my reviews, if everything I was doing was unique enough for me to continue to do my thing, especially with all these amazing and entertaining shoe-tubers out there doing their thing. But then I'd wake up to that uplifting comment on one of my videos, and even meeting and interacting with other shoe-tubers has been super cool. Honestly, I don't show enough of the other shoe-tubers out there videos love and support. It's just something that's really difficult for me to manage my two jobs, filming, editing, releasing these videos, and trying to have some sort of semblance of an actual personal life at the same time. Sometimes I'll be watching another YouTuber's video and I'll scroll down to the comment section to leave a comment, and I'll see people that used to consistently comment in my comment section on my videos that haven't been around for a while, and it does honestly make me wonder how I can keep stepping up my content to make my channel more unique and informative and entertaining for all my viewers. And I do have some broad ideas that I want to kind of roll out to my channel and a couple friends' channels going forward, but it's definitely going to take time and a lot of effort, and it'll be interesting to see how well received it is if we ever get there. But honestly, it's long overdue. I really wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you guys to every single person that has subscribed, unsubscribed, commented, thumbs up, you know, been around and checked out any of the videos, man. If you guys have shown me support any step of the way, guys, much love to you guys. I definitely wouldn't still be doing my thing if it hadn't been for any support at all. If nobody was watching these videos, I still wouldn't be making these videos. So much love to you guys. I really, truly appreciate it. It's something that's very difficult to express in words, how much it truly means to me to feel like I have a little spot, a little niche in this sneaker community. Every single one of you is awesome, and I have tons of love and respect and nothing but for every single one of you guys. 2018 has been amazing. I know 2019 is going to be even more so amazing. It's going to take this channel to some even greater places. I can't wait to see what happens in 2019. So having said that, what would you guys like to see from the channel in 2019? Let me know in that comment section down below. Comment down below if you've been rocking with me for a long time. Let me know so. I definitely appreciate you guys. It's awesome interacting with you guys. It's one of the most fun things about doing these YouTube videos. So guys, happy holidays to each and every one of you and all of your families. Much love to you guys. Merry Christmas, and of course, here's to a happy 2019. Much love, guys. Peace.